So let's discuss some things, right? Flava, you're a fucking liar. You're a liar. You went live a couple days ago and you were like, oh, there was only 2 phone calls into the hospital, right? What I'm going to do this week is I'm going to go get a fucking sworn statement from the supervisor, right? That swatted my room. Yeah, because he apologized profusely, like I said. And why are you trying to make Mike look like a liar? Why? I didn't lie about shit. You're like, oh, there was only 2 phone calls made into the hospital. And then you're like, oh, a guy called into the annex and said he was going to SWAT the hospital. You're full of shit. You have a voice changer. On, like, I think my first or second live, you used a voice changer acting like you were a guy. And then you were like, oh, Michelle knew that was me. Bullshit. Bullshit. But you have a voice changer. And why would any reasonable person not believe that you did that to me in the hospital, right? When you like fucking called and lied and said, oh, I'm Melissa Sabate and I'm calling from Texas and I want to put Michelle out of the house. You are the dirtiest motherfucking piece of shit. I never lied about that. I never lied. Christy Payne, I was on the phone with her when people came into my room and I was like, I don't know what's going on. I think it's security. But it was cops. It was cops. You dumb fucking twat. And if you would make up a lie saying you're Melissa Sabate to try to get me put out of my house, why wouldn't you use a voice changer? Like, why wouldn't you do that? To act like you were a guy. I mean, you did it to me before. You did it to me when I first started my channel. Like, does anybody remember the BBC call I got? That was Flava. And like I swear on Jonathan's soul in heaven, I did not know that was Flava. Flava, you have fucked me 10 times till Tuesday. Because you're just a jealous, miserable fucking bitch. I got a text message that said maybe Jamie, right? And you spoofed that number, and I know that you did, saying that my son died. And you and Amber are besties, right? How the fuck did Amber get my son on panel so quick? How did she get Joseph on panel so quick? Of course she called. Of course she called. She's got a voice changer, and like, I think it was like my first or second live that she acted like she was a guy. She has a voice changer. What exactly would she be jealous of? My house? My house that 18 was paying me alimony? Uh, that I don't give a fuck about her? How'd she find him exactly? My son is addicted to heroin. Like, he doesn't even want to be found. Amber did that. Amber, like, fucking texted him on Facebook Messenger. Keeps spinning. You're lost. I'm not spinning. I'm going into a treatment facility in like less than 2 weeks, right? But Flava, you fucking lie constantly. You made up Melissa Sabate name, right? Police reports don't lie. Of course they don't. Of course they don't. And then Flava like did a live, I don't know, a couple days ago, and she's like, "Oh, there was only 2 phone calls into the hospital, but now there's a phone call that somebody said they were gonna like SWAT the place, right?" I never made any phone calls. I never made any. Like, I called Mike from the hospital when I first got my phone, and he came to visit me, and then I did a live. That's it. Flavor, do you want me to tell you what I think about you again? Like, do you want me to tell you what I think about you again, you ghetto fucking bitch? And I'm going to call your pew. And Bomb said that, I don't know, Bomb said she was calling today and like reporting you to Harris County for what you did on lying and saying you were Melissa Sabatay and trying to put me out of my house when I was on a fucking ventilator. You stupid bitch. You stupid fucking bitch. And you said, oh, I could hear Michelle in the background saying no. Right. I was saying no. And I don't even remember that shit. I don't even remember it. But apparently I was telling Mike no to let me fall asleep and not wake up. You're a piece of shit. You are the most ghetto lying piece of shit. Why don't you come clean about your daughter, Flava? Why don't you come clean and say you lied about that and got how many cash apps? How much money did you get? Because people were paying for your gas and shit. I watched that. And what about Toastgate? What about Toastgate when you were collecting cash apps and you weren't even like getting along with her? You're a fucking scammer. You're a piece of shit, ghetto hood rat scammer. That's what you are. But remember, you called the hospital and they only had 2 phone calls that came in, but now there's another one. I'm gonna get a fucking letter from the supervisor of the hospital and prove you fucking wrong, bitch. And how dare you say Mike's a liar? Mike didn't lie about shit. Mike was sitting in my hospital room at the foot of my hospital bed, right when I got swatted. And I can even get into more statistics or truth, right? One of the guys that came in with a supervisor just got out of the Marine Corps, right? And he was only there like 2 weeks. Concentrate on me. I am. I am. I'll be in treatment in less than 2 weeks because I have to concentrate on me. But Flavor, why you lie? Why you lie, you fucking ghetto hood rat? Why you lie? At first, there was only 2 phone calls that were made into the hospital, right? And then a guy called into the annex saying about shooting up the hospital. You are full of shit. And you're going to make me go to the police station and to the hospital and get reports to show what a fucking lying piece of shit you are. Michelle, we saw the report. Really? Well, then Flava just pulled out a new report today. But there were only 2 calls that were made into the hospital, right? Bullshit. Bullshit. And you're making Mike look like a liar and Christy Payne. I mean, Christy Payne is a liar straight up. Period. It didn't say my name. Of course it didn't because of HIPAA, dumbasses. Of course it didn't show my name. But I'm the person that can go down to the fucking supervisor of the hospital and the police department and I can get those reports because it's not HIPAA against me. Flava, you're a liar. You've got a voice changer. I mean, bitch, you called the hospital when I was on a fucking ventilator and said that you were ATN's wife, Melissa Sabatay, And you didn't even know my fucking address. You didn't even know my address. You had to look it up, you cunt. It showed the name of the guy that called it in. Yeah, well, Flava lies. Because Flava was also Melissa Sabote, right? All Flava does is lie. Remember when she called the hospital and said she was Melissa Sabote and she was Etienne's wife and she was calling from an office in Texas? All she does is fucking lie. I will get the report. I will like talk to the supervisor on my floor. I will get the fucking report to show that I'm not lying, that I got swatted, that Mike was in my room, and I think I was on the phone with Christy Payne when they first came in. Guys, I'm going to get the report. I'm going to physically get the report. I'm going to get the report. I lied and said my son OD'd. I have a text message into my phone that was a spoofed message, and I guarantee you that was Flava. Because her and Amber are in cahoots, right? And how funny did Amber get my addicted son on heroin on panel so fast? There is a report through Harris County. There is a fucking report through Harris County saying Melissa Sabote. Flava, you're a fucking liar. Period. You're a fucking lying piece of troll, ghetto, hood rat shit. Because you did all this to me. You're like, oh, I want her homeless. I want her homeless. Bomb played the fucking live. It's Flava's voice. It's Flava's voice saying she was Melissa Sabote. And I literally am going to contact the supervisor of the hospital and get a fucking written sworn statement from him, right? And I'm going to go to the police station and I'm going to get a fucking like FOIA that shows that I wasn't lying and that Mike is not lying. Lauren, somebody block Lauren. You fucking cunt. You will never touch my dogs. You will never breathe their skin. You will never do anything, Lauren. We're not liars, Milltown. I'm going to prove that we're not liars. I'm going to prove that we're not liars. Why would Mike lie? What would be Mike's reason on lying? None. Literally. Why would we lie? What would be our purpose on lying? I was shaking for like a fucking hour after the cops came in my room. No. Okay, so if that chick called the hospital, why wasn't the report that she called? She's a liar. Flava got her to lie for her. She's a liar. Catty, Texas girl, you're a liar. Why isn't there a report that you called the hospital? You're a liar. You're sticking up for Flava and you're taking the fall. Period. Because if there was a phone call that came in from Catty, Texas lady, it would be logged in as well. Period. Because she called the hospital portal, not the police. But it would have been logged, dumbass. It would have been logged through the fucking hospital. I'm done. I'm just saying Flava's a liar, and I'm gonna prove that you're a fucking liar. I'm gonna prove this week that you're a fucking liar. And you do have a voice changer. You do. You have a voice changer that makes you sound like a man. You did it to me on like my first or second live ever. And you can't get hospital records on me, dumbass. It's called HIPAA. It's called HIPAA, but I'm gonna pull those records this week. And I'm gonna show that you're a fucking liar. It had nothing to do with me going live. Nothing. Nothing. And Mike is not lying, right? Mike is not lying. Mike's not lying. Like he was sitting at the foot of my bed when all the cops came in my room, right? And he's playing solitaire on his phone and he wasn't phased at all. But I freaked out. I was shaking for like a fucking hour. Flava, I'm going to prove that you're a fucking liar. Trust. You'll have a good night. If nobody's told you they love you, absolutely love you. You have a purpose, right? And you're stronger than you know. Oh, there's people laughing at me. Well, you know what? I'm going to prove it. I'm going to prove it. I'm going to get the letter from the fucking superintendent of the hospital to say that I was swatted, right? I'll get him to get it fucking notarized. And then I'll post it on my page. You'll have a good night. Bye bye.